Hello, welcome back. So last night I spent quite a bit of time in here sweeping everything out. I put a little bit of like rust remover on some of the little rust spots and then I like scrubbed them. I want to demonstrate what I was doing. This isn't a very big rust spot, but just to explain. Rust remover. It's corrosive, so be careful. And you're supposed to use like a wire brush, but I was just using like a steel wool, which worked fine. I did that for a lot of the rust on the bottom, especially by the end, and it worked really well, so it's good. Right now I'm just gonna wash everything out with just like soap and water, get everything nice and clean. This heater situation, it's kind of annoying, but the heater's just gonna have to stay in because I don't know how to remove it because it's complicated and it's just kind of like installed into the van system. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's staying. So I tried to take it out, unplug these, realized that there's a hole through the floor that goes to like these big pipes that go all the way to the front, and it's just connected to the heating. When I turn my heat and my AC on up there, that's when this kicks in. So I guess I just have to leave it in because there's no way of taking this out without like making it really extremely complicated. I guess I'm gonna have to build my floor around this now. Other than that, it's a beautiful sunny day, chilling with the door open. As you can see, there's blue sky and no clouds, which is nice. One thing I'm a little worried about though is like I have my door open and there's like these lights on the roof that like stay on with when the back door is open, and I don't want to drain my battery. I don't know how to turn them off. So I don't really know what's going on here. This wasn't me. This came when I got the van. But obviously something spilled here that stuck all this stuff to the ground. This is like dirt, a bunch of random stuff. This is just like stuck there. I think it's just gonna have to stay because I don't think I'm gonna get any of this off. So good. Awesome. So yesterday I did primer on all like those scratches and stuff, and I want to do like the actual rust paint. But today is like rainy and misty, but apparently it's gonna be like that for like the next week, so I don't want to put this off. And honestly, with this rust prevention stuff, if I knew what I was doing, I would tell you. Honestly, no, I'm the type of person who would just skip all this stuff, to be honest. But everyone does this, so I'm like, okay, well, I better just do what the other people do. So then what I ordered from Home Depot, honestly, I don't know. I don't even know like if it's the right combination. I don't even know if I needed all this. I just did it and then I bought it already. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do it because whatever, right? It'll be fine. And like, I know it probably would have been fine. It would have been fine if I didn't do any of this stuff, but whatever, we're just doing it. That's gonna be the whole motto of this entire series. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do it. That's just the way it goes, so. Also, what I'm realizing is like, remember when I said that I don't make any plans? Like I don't like making plans because then it ruins the surprise, right? So it turns out that's helping me and not helping me. I know in a van build, you're supposed to plan a lot and you're supposed to know what you're doing and do research and stuff. But Katie is not good at planning, so Katie is doing everything one step at a time. Everyone keeps asking me, oh, like, what are you gonna do for this? Do you have any plans for like where your sink and where your bed and kitchen and blah blah? Like, no, I don't know. I know up to this point, that's all I know. What I'm really struggling with right now is what to do for my floor because I have not a lot of space to work with because I'm tall and so medium. If I'm standing on like the tall part, I have to do a really thin subfloor, if a subfloor at all. No, but as I was saying, a positive thing about me not being a planner is that it's forcing me, because I haven't made any plans yet and I'm really bad at decision making, it's also helping me with decision making. But I'm like taking more time on this prepare the van stuff, like this rust prevention stuff, cleaning it out. I think I've cleaned it out like 3 times because like I just haven't decided what to do next yet and I'm like intimidated by the process. If I knew better and I was more excited about like the next step, then I might have rushed this stuff. Does that make any sense? Or is that just me trying to make excuses for myself? I don't know. Either or. Anyways, moral of the story is We're taking it slow. We're taking it one step at a time. We don't have a plan. That's where we're at. This is what I'm using, just in case you care. I'm not saying this is what you're supposed to use. This is just what I ended up buying because I didn't know what I was doing. So, woo, I'm sure it'll work fine. It says, don't use when it's rainy outside. Too bad. It ain't gonna be sunny for a long time. Don't live in the desert where a lot of van lifers tend to dwell a lot of the time. So like, I'm gonna have to figure out what's the best like solar panel to battery ratio and like how much power I'll have all the time and like blah 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 blah. And it's just like, my brain kind of just goes wild sometimes. We'll get through it. It'll be fine. Just gotta focus on painting this stuff on right now. That's all I gotta do. And then I'll be closer to my goal. So right now I'm stirring this paint with a plastic McDonald's straw. Reuse and repurpose. Unfortunately, this straw came from McDonald's, so just trying to prolong its purpose. This doesn't match. I didn't buy this to match, obviously. I'm not an idiot. This gray was just literally chosen at random. It's not supposed to look good. You'll realize that like my priority is not aesthetic. It would be if I had the skill for that. I don't. Making things aesthetically pleasing is not what I'm very good at. Practicality is gonna take priority. And so like things like this, I was debating not painting, not doing this area, right? Because this might be obviously a challenge to cover up. And same with like the door. However, what I ended up deciding is like, I would rather have paint there than an ugly scratch. You know what I mean? I don't really care if this paint is there and you can see it for the rest of time. I don't really mind. And some people would really mind, but I don't. And that's just the way it's gonna be. Oh my gosh. So it smells like so bad. I have to drive with my windows open. The air is toxic in here because it's raining. It's been raining all day, like hard, and the van was closed for like all night last night because I was at work for 7 hours last night. I'm going to work for another 7 hours tonight. Doors were closed all day. Like the paint's dry, but it's like in here. So I'm just about to go into work and I just have like all the doors open. Okay, the paint is dried. So looking nice and brand new, except for this. I don't really know. I didn't paint on this because like, I don't even know what this is, but whatever. We're just gonna ignore that for now. I watched a couple videos on people who had the same situation going on with this locking mechanism. I'm gonna put this back on, I think, but I might wait till after I do the insulation part because you can just peel this film back and put some insulation in there. So today I'm gonna try and do some of the sound deadening on the wall. So apparently these things, which are there and there, are already like sound deadening things that are put on by like Ford, so I don't have to put them there, which is nice. I don't have the roller thing that you're supposed to have, and I don't know how necessary it is. I mean, it's probably good to do it, but I'm not gonna buy that. I'm gonna try and use a jar of pumpkin seeds because I'm crafty. I'm just gonna do my best. If not, it's a good snack to have while I'm working, I guess. So for sound deadening, I went with Kill Mat, which I got off Amazon. I'm pretty sure I got like the smaller box than most people do. I think I'll be fine because I do have a smaller van than most people have. So yeah, I have these fancy Dollarama gardening gloves, so hopefully those protect me from cutting my fingers on this, which people have warned me of. Other than that, we're just winging it. So welcome to another episode of I don't know what I'm doing, but let's just do it. So I probably could have gone with like a little bit less on there, but the size that the sheets are and the amount that I have, like, seems reasonable. And like that's just like cut in half twice, so I didn't want to do any like more specific cuts, you know. This thing worked okay, but not the greatest. As long as it's flat, it's fine. I don't know. I'm not a perfectionist. If you're a perfectionist, I guess get the roller. I don't know. So wearing gloves in this weather is not gray. I might just take the chances of cutting my fingers. I don't know. Doesn't seem worth it to me to have sweaty hands for like ever versus like maybe one little cut on my finger. I don't know. I'm trying to like weigh the pros and cons here. Since I had to leave my van doors open for a while to like dry this paint, and it literally still smells so bad in here. The walls got a little bit dusty after I'd already cleaned them, so that's fine because, you know, it's springtime. Cleaned it with this, wiped it with like a rag, call it good. I'm just doing a little bit of the peel at a time, makes it a little bit easier. Stick it on. Oh, and I ditched the gloves. I don't know if you noticed. These can cut you, but so can a sticker. So you gotta take your risks in life in the right places. So last night at midnight, Olivia Rodrigo's album came out, Sour. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It's so good. The girl is amazing. This is my biggest flex, you guys. I was an Olivia Rodrigo fan before the world was an Olivia Rodrigo fan. I was driving to school like 2 years ago, singing All I Want at top volume in my car, okay? So don't even come to me being like, oh, driver's license, not really worth the hype. Like, it's good, but it's not really worth the hype. Well, you know what? I was there at midnight when that song video premiered in January. I was so proud. The next day, watched that song climb the charts, one number at a time. And she took over the world, just in case you guys are wondering my credentials. Man, it's hot today. It was supposed to be rainy today. I'm like sitting in the sun, like cooking right now. I'm just using scissors to cut this. The sticky stuff is a little sticky and it just got stuck to these, but it's fine. We're just going for it. It doesn't really matter. It's gonna be fine. Life goes on. Don't even say it, guys. It's fine. You know, it's not even a big deal. Am I gonna wear gloves now? Probably not. So remember when I was trying to get out this bolt right here, and I bought this because I thought this would help, and it never ended up helping. Well, it did a little bit, but like it wasn't the ultimate fix to my problem. Anyways, this container has proven itself worthy, so maybe I did get my $15 worth. Just going like this worked so well. See, look, okay? Who needs a roller when you have speed out container? I did that much. Gonna do the rest later. Reminder to my future self that if you're ever debating doing something wild and crazy, just do it, because we just went in the waterfall and it was really cold, but it was amazing.
That was so fun.
This forest is magical.